Hey there, beautiful people! Thank you for tuning in to Creation Serenity Byokaye, a spoken word poetry channel where I read to you my original works. If I were a painting, I'd have the mistress of the Monalisa thinking of 365 ways to die with the craze of the starry night clouding my eyes. I'd be laying my head on the guillotine for amnesia to capture the moment that Judith slays holofernes. I bet he doesn't drink in hell. I'll be the girl with the pearl earring, clutching the birth of Venus in my hands and making sure that they know that I can still be an incorruptible lady but never really ladylike, serenading men and women with a kiss should they ever stare long enough into my geometry of PDA. If I were a painting, I'd be the Night's Watch, no Game of Thrones plot. My Walther pistol perfectly balanced on trench saps, praying in my heart that back home the Whistler's mother doesn't eat dinner with the last woman who raised me, because war, they say, came with a few design flaws that won't ever go away. And I hope that she doesn't fear white lightning, as if they were brass shell castings. Hope that she doesn't draw the curtains and listen to the church bell tolling. But who is to say that she doesn't already comfort herself and turn the lights out, thinking that I won't ever come home? If I were a painting, I'd be the guernica, playing hangman with memories that leave me surgically amputating my hippocampus and looking for a portal to reverse the past in my future should I suffer tragedies from the battlegrounds that I didn't think to clear and find peace with the white walkers that I buried beyond the wall without forgiveness. A pyre be damned. But I still hope Floki made it to Valhalla, that he saw Odin and told him that I don't really follow tradition, so I had to end him before he killed my vision. If I were a painting, I'd be the American Gothic, wearing camouflage breeches to shovel manure in Wellington boots because when I faced my Great Depression, I watched livestock play kiddage and listened to rainfall on crops. I promise that this is the simplest life will ever get, and I will always miss that. But don't be mistaken. I came from the bathers at Asnieres and ended up in a Sunday afternoon on the island of grande, so I'm not too bougie because no matter where you go, you have to keep an open mind. Be humble and you'll be all right. If I were a painting, I'd be the Last Supper, telling my organs that surely one of you will betray me as I wipe my monocle to see them squirm and slosh in their liquid, sulking like innocent schoolgirls trying to hide nefarious plots. And my lungs, she keeps saying not me, but like Peter, she will never have my back. My heart still takes lessons from doubting Thomas, and my brain, it sings suicidal riddles like she's Judas Iscariot. I wish that I could tell them that one of you will stand up, but my kidneys fail to the cruise of sorrows like a drowsy James and John. If I were a painting, I'd be as insignificant as the mirrored aristocrats in the last meninas, a background shadow listening into the gossipy ladies' maids about the things that they see and hear in the courtyard. I'd be having the time of my life. Once I'm not Mary Queen of Scots, but still as swift as a fox, and I know that I'd be just as confused as a painting itself. If I were a painting, I'd be the Balsam de la Gatte, using alcohol as a temporary salve for numb wounds. I take to the limelight and strike a few bar fights because my hearing isn't quite right, and if I don't remember how to walk and talk right, think it has something to do with the inner air. But my science teacher can tell you that I never got that part of any quiz right. But let it be known that in those few moments while I'm intoxicated, I'll tell you that I know how to hold my liquor, and I won't say psych unless you can recall the trigger events of 5 wars. You'll find out on your own that I can't drink half a glass, but I take Ray and his nephew like I'm a desert camel taking water. If I were a painting, I'd be the persistence of memory, knowing that in the end, all I have are the moments, and sometimes they don't really seem to matter that much when I don't have a backup drive for this program of mine. And I don't think that it's normal that I don't have long-term or short-term memory. It just dries up the minute that I leave from sight, so I live vicariously in the school of Athens through my subconscious just to prove Plato's theory that reality isn't real. It's the thinking that's important. And to many, that's seen as boring. watching the red taillights of your youth flutter by, knowing that you only live to work and dream. But what does it matter if it all fails in the end? If I were a painting, it would be those few seconds in the night when everything goes silent. Drinking lemon tea at the isolated cafe terrace at night and watching white swans illuminated in the dancing of the moonlight as I close my eyes, hoping that I'm not closer to the ground than I originally thought. I'd want to take flight in the night like the sleeping gypsy, because the impression sunrise of the day is always so watered down. See, I'm the wanderer above the sea of fog, blanketed in controversy and pining away at the long arm of the law that fails society. If I were a painting, I'd be the Les Demoiselles d'Avant, for my name too annoys me, but I'd unravel my truth of idealism and convention, because people fear what they don't understand, and if I speak in riddles like a pixie, then they can't thwart the escape plans every woman must have to survive. So I'll use the pen as my sword, and if it's as mighty as they say, then you listen closely for 21 paintings of complication and mystery, but culture just the same. I have 21 possibilities and far more dreams, but I've never felt so incomplete. Turns out that I've always been a painting, sprawled white on canvas with no design or scroll past my indentation, for only then will I have a chance to dream of my realities. I'll always be a painting.